Yes guys, welcome back to 7 Golf and welcome back to Centurion Club. It's a beautiful, sneaky early spring day here, getting away with one right now. Doing some work on my golf game, been working very hard throughout the winter on a few things you may have seen if you follow me on Instagram at sebcbrown4. Do an awful lot of stuff I'm working on throughout the game. But guys, before we get into anything in today's video, and there is a lot to come, stop right now, head down to the comment section, leave me a comment, tell me what you have been working on in your game. I've been talking to a few of you in my Instagram DMs recently about the things you're working on in your game. I've loved those discussions, so I want to know more. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Much appreciated if you do, and share this video around, and obviously guys, drop a like on it if you enjoy the video. So today though is going to be a very special one. There's lots to cover. I'm going to be heading up to see my friend, your friend, Piers Ward from Me and My Golf, one of the world's greatest golf coaches from the world's largest golf YouTube channel. They've now over 500,000 subscribers, which is a ridiculous number for a golf channel. I'm heading up there where Piers is going to be giving me a full body MOT of my golf swing. And I say full body because it's not just about your golf swing, guys. It's about your body, your flexibility, and that's something we all know I really struggle with. So Piers is going to be taking a look at me, and then I'm going to be back down here in the distance. Let's have a look at it. There is the brand new golf bag, fully stocked with all new golf clubs, a new ball, and I'll be taking you through a full what's in the bag later in the video as well. So guys, without further ado, let's get up the M1 and let's go and see Piers. So Piers, what is the plan? I'm in your capable hands.
The master plan. Okay, right, so look, we spoke a lot about with yourself how we've got to get the irons better.
Yes.
So we've got to get your ball striking better. You're brilliant off the tee, brilliant short game, really good at putting. But what we need to do is, obviously the ball striking is, I wouldn't say it's your Achilles heel, it's just something you want to be better at.
It massively is, it's a big problem.
Okay, so that's the first thing, we've got to change that around the mindset for sure.
Yeah.
But, so it's not a big problem, it's just something that needs to be improved. But we're going to test you. So I want to test you physically. I know you've had an injury in the back as well, so I need to see if your hips, your spine works properly, see what your shoulders are like. So I need to find out all the information from your body, what it can do, and then what we have to work around, or even if I have to give you some exercises as well, which I know you train out, so that's no problem at all.
Okay, interesting.
Then I'm going to test you from what you do on your shots. So I'm going to get TrackMan out, I'm going to do some ball striking testing, I'm going to look at certain key numbers which we'll talk about on the TrackMan, find out exactly where you're at right now, show you where you can be, and then give you the drills to work at it.
Wow,
and
this is like a full MOT.
Full MOT.
This is awesome. This is just what I need. Should I get cracking? Okay. Let's do it. Not long enough?
No, it's blooming brilliant.
Too long?
No, it's really good, it was perfect. There are a couple of physical limitations that we definitely want to work towards, but it's not, you have to work around those things as well. So basically, you've got some thoughts on what you need to do on your golf swing, and you need some thoughts on what you need to do on your body. But what I'm going to do is just show you quickly here. We had a lot of shots in here because we were playing a lot of different shots, but ultimately, the blue shots were where you started. The red shots were when I gave you something just to focus on, which was just striking the line. But then the purple ones, which were the best ones, when we put the drill into it. So these ones here at the top, these are the ones that were actually the good ones, and then we were just messing around with sort of things here, and obviously playing lots of different kinds of mini shots and what have you. The big issue for me is that the head really does kick up, and the shoulder plane gets very flat. Look at the hands and the club on the way back. So again, let's just do one more thing here. Put a line here, so we don't want your hands going excessively through that blue line. We can see that they come out and through, so they're bashing through that as if it was a wall.
Yeah.
We use the analogy, if you had a hand grenade on the end of your club here, and there was a cord to your belt buckle, you're breaking that cord very quickly in that early phase, which flattens the shoulder plane, causing you to stand up. I think there's a physical limitation there with the lats. Swing on the left, it's definitely tighter on the way back. This is the drill that we got you doing, so it's definitely tighter. They still go out a bit, but it's tighter on the way back. The head still comes up, but look at it compared to the one on the right.
Yeah.
It's different level.
So much deeper. You can see
different level.
my right shoulder on the one on the left, whereas on the left it's hidden by my arm because it's so much
Absolutely.
flatter.
There you go. There you go. So again, we had a line that you can't see the line totally, but
yeah,
that's a lot steeper than that one there would be.
Yeah.
Okay. So also we noticed there's a better hip turn there as well. So I think with the exercises we give you for the hips, that's where it's really going to pay off. So I'm very interested in getting you more mobile around the hips. From here, this is the drill that we gave you. So we actually got you to stop at the top, wait for me to say yes. I am only going to say yes if I'm happy with the shoulder plane, and then you hit it.
So that wasn't you pausing the video, that was me genuinely pausing at the top.
That was you doing it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest hurdle for you will be the patience factor.
Yeah, massively. It is.
And just saying to yourself, look, I've got to do this drill. I'm going to do this drill. So I want you to hit 20 balls only when you practice, and I want you to spend a minute doing practice swings, a minute doing movements, and then you do that drill there.
Well, there you go. That simple, but it isn't that simple, because I really do struggle with patience just generally in life. And I think that when you're hitting golf balls, you know, a lot of your personality does come out, and I think I am an impatient guy, and I do have that really quick transition.
Yes.
So I mean, to do that pause at the top is such a polar opposite to that. Even when we did a few drills there, and I've done a few reps, I did start to get lazy with it already. And when you stop saying yes to hit, I find myself cheating. And I'm pausing for that little bit less, and then all of a sudden you're not thinking about the pause, you're thinking about something else. So that's going to be big. I need to be disciplined.
I don't know whether we did it on the vlog, sorry if we did, or was it in stories maybe, or even on live, talking about your hero Tiger Woods wanting to shorten his golf swing. The way he worked out with Butch Harmon was he would swing to the top and stop, and then he would hit. And he'd be there and he said, I've got it, and Butch would come over and Butch would watch him hit one shot and say, no, you ain't got it, and then walk away.
Go away.
And he hated it, Tiger did, he hated it, but it made him go to where he wanted to be. And you look at his
so I'm going to make my own version of that. Here's what I'm going to do then. What do you think of that? With your permission,
yes,
I'm going to set up a camera when I'm working on the range, but I'm not going to have it turned on. I'm going to do my 20 shots.
Yes.
I'm going to film one.
Yeah.
I'm going to see where I'm at.
Yeah.
And then the camera will be Butch, and the Butch will go, not got it.
I like
or maybe I send you it and you could be Butch.
There we go,
nope.
do a live.
yeah,
do live.
I go live, I FaceTime
on.
But no, on a serious note, Piers, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, you're welcome.
So much. I mean, this guy is a serious, him and Andy, upper echelon coaches. They're coaching Aaron Rye, we've been talking about a little bit. He's absolutely killing it over, well, he's playing on all sorts of tours now.
Yeah, he's got his world, I don't know when this will go out, but he's playing his first WGC event next week in Mexico, so.
Can't wait to watch that. He's wearing the Me and My Golf logo on the shirt.
Actually, where is it?
yeah, it's not there.
Under the warm there.
We've got a massive logo there.
There's one there, isn't there?
But Aaron's doing unbelievably. He's becoming such a solid player, and that is thanks to the work that Piers and Andy do. So I'm very lucky. Well, I'm sure you could take some of the credit. Yeah,
a little bit.
I'm very lucky to get, you know, some time to work with these guys as well. So I said to you in some previous content, this year I want to be a return for me to competitive golf, and today is the beginning of that. I've had my MOT on my body as well as my golf swing. I've got some work to do now, so stay tuned to my social media where you'll see maybe a few more range shots and me asking for Butch's permission if I can carry on.
Butch Ward.
but do make sure, guys, if you're working on your game, there's nowhere better. Stevie CB himself is a big fan of your videos.
Is he really?
He's trying to fix a slice with his driver.
Okay.
There's all sorts of content.
Get him to send a video, we'll do it.
Okay, we'll do a swing fix. There's all sorts of stuff, not just on your YouTube channel, but also on your website. Where there's a huge plethora, what a great word that is, a plethora of content. If there's anything you're working on, if it's putting, if it's chipping, if it's pitching, iron play, driver, if you slice it, if you're topping it, if you're chunking it, anything in between, you can find some content on Me and My Golf. So I cannot recommend enough heading over to the link that will either be, is it backwards? It's either going to be here or it's going to be here. I can't remember where it is. One of them, the iCard. I'm going to say I think it's there.
I think it's there.
And also linked below. So go and check that out, guys. Let us know in the comments what you're working on in your game and what you thought of this MOT. And would you like an MOT? He's the guy to go see. That almost rhymed, nearly. How good was that? That's exactly what I needed. Do some great work on my game a lot of the time with Lee Cox at the Shire. But to go and see Piers and have a real long session like that, we were there for a good few hours to look at every aspect of me biomechanically as well as swing, was absolutely amazing. But here they are, guys. Without further ado, time to jump into the 2019 what's in the bag. Let's start obviously with the bag. Beautiful Taylormade staff bag, the red and black to match the colours of the new clubs this year. I'll show you later on as well. You can even see in there cheeky little Seb on Golf and a hashtag logo, but more on that later. Let's look at the clubs and let's start from the ground up. We've got a brand new putter in the bag. Now I've taken the head covers off the clubs, but this one I've left on just because I think we need to do a bit of head cover appreciation. How sexy is that? Brand new Spyder X from Taylormade. This glorious white, soft inside, lovely thing. And here it is, the bronze version. For me, you guys know I've been using a Spyder Putter for many, many years now. This version here has got the double kill, the single kink, a little bit more offset because your hand's a bit more forward. Nice little white centre line, the brand new pure roll insert in there. Absolutely delighted. This is what Roy's been using recently to make all sorts of putts. So I'm loving this thing. This comes also in a navy, so I might potentially see if I can get a look at the navy as well, maybe with a different shaft option, because I do like the face balance. This is a face balance putter, as you can see, but Mr. Trott from Taylormade reckons maybe I should try a bit of a 10% toe hang. That was recommended by Piers Ward as well, so maybe I'll try that out. Right, look at the wedges. Same setup as last year. I've not gone with the darker colours this year. I've stayed with the chrome, the Taylormade milled grind. We've got a 50 degree, a 54 and a 58 in those. Now walking up the bag, I've got a few new additions here in a 9-iron and a pitching wedge that are the 760s. Slightly more, if you like, feel on these. Absolutely glorious. Actually a nice shiny finish as well. So I've got those at the bottom end of the irons, but then I go back into the tried and tested 790s for that extra forgiveness, higher launch, which I absolutely love. So I've got them in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then it's all new at the top end of the bag. It's all new. This thing had a gapper before. This is a gapper high though. I love that matte black finish on the gapper high. That's been a really good club for me to, when I had my fitting with Neil Wayne at the Belfry, this was crucial for me to gap between my 4 iron, which goes about 175, 180 carry, and then up to my 3, which is like a 205 carry. This is perfectly in the middle, around about 190. So it's just what I needed in the middle. Made a change this year. I've got a M6 3-wood. I've always had the same, either M1, 3-wood and driver. I've never deviated off brand, but this year I have got an M6 3-wood. This is the first Taylormade 3-wood that has the twist face technology in there, and that for me has been a game changer. I've got some completely different levels of consistency when I moved from my last year's M3, slightly more forgiving, maybe get it much higher up in the air, much more consistent. And then, I mean, my favourite club. I'm going to be honest, my putter's my favourite club, but this thing is just a thing of absolute gloriousness. The highly anticipated new driver from Taylormade. They have the M5 and the M6, but for me, I love the adjustability of the M5. As you can see, I've got one weight all the way forward and I've got one weight all the way back and slightly more towards the heel, because I do have a few off-centre heel hits. That combined with twist face makes this genuinely, I feel, it's obviously not, it's completely legal, and it's more legal than ever with the new injected twist face. Come on to that in a minute. But for me, I do feel this club is a bit of a cheat club. The amount of times I'll hit a shot with this, for example, that hole right there, the 4 for Centurion, and you'll hear the people you're playing with say, shot, and really, you've necked it. You've necked it right there. Obviously, I'm sponsored by them, guys, but no word of a lie, this is the most unbelievable driver. The M series drivers for me have just been another level, and this thing is no different. So the injected twist face, basically the technology here, when you're making a driver on such a big scale, you've obviously got a manufacturing tolerance and a maximum legal limit you're allowed to go up to. Well, obviously, if you get to be safe and make sure you don't break that legal limit, you've got to stay just under it. Well, with the injected twist face, they go up to the legal limit, and then looking at the manufacturing differences, they then inject a tiny little bit of extra speed foam in there, which makes it bang on the legal limit. So it's their fastest driver yet. So I'm loving that thing. Can't wait to be giving it a smash. So outside of that, let's have a look what's actually in the bag. So much room in this big bag, and there is that panel I told you about, how much you love that. Didn't have one before. Thought I'd go for it this year, so let me know what you're thinking about that. But here is the fundamentals of what's in my golf bag. Obviously, tees, ball markers and what have you. This pitch repair here, because it's got a bit of a spring loaded to it. So it allows you to get in there, I mean, silly little things, but I love having one that's like, feels like you've got a bit of a weapon in there, which I quite like. Not in a dangerous way. But here is the Bushnell Tour V4 rangefinder. Absolutely a must-have for me to have a rangefinder in the bag. Got a nice, 2 options. I've got a nice PGA marker that goes on the top of my pitch repair that I got from when I was working out with 11 Sports at the PGA Championships. A bigger one for 2010. Celtic Manor, I've got that one over there. And then here's the ball. Most importantly of all, the new TP5X Taylormade golf ball, as played by Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy, and also Ricky Fowler now, many, many more as well. This ball's unbelievable for me. I've got, I reckon, half a club distance as I switch to this. and just seems to just be a lot more consistent as well. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving that. There is actually one more thing in the bag that isn't in there yet. I haven't quite stocked out that new bag. Obviously we've got the lovely umbrella, of course, in case it does get wet and rainy. But I also carry some foot spray in the bag, which you put on the golf club face, not on your feet. You put it on the golf club face, and when you're on the range and things, and it will leave a little imprint and show you where you've been striking out. So if you do get a few heel hits, you know how to improve on them. Because you know where it's hitting, you know if you're getting nearer towards the toe, for example. So I'll put a little picture of what that is in there. You can get that from loads of different places. I'll get mine from Amazon, just a nice simple order. So well worth checking that out. But guys, I'm such a lucky boy. All that gear I've just got, all the stuff I get to do, meeting and playing with and working with people like me and my golf, and going and doing all the trips I do, and having great companies like Adidas Golf and Taylormade that give me all this equipment to make my content and play my golf. I'm a very lucky boy, and that's all down to you guys. So once again, it's a reminder, times like this, how grateful I am for all the support you give me on my channel. So thank you very much, and that's about it for today. Thank you very much for watching as well. Hope you did enjoy. If you haven't already, do slap a like on the video. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of my future content, and I'll see you again very soon.